It's week 5 of the 2025 season. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Colts and the Chargers under the lights on Monday night.
What's up, my Colts fans? We are playing out the entire 2025 season to see how your Indianapolis Colts are going to do coming up in the next season. So far, they're 3-1. They have one of the best rushing playbooks in all of Madden, and they're taking on another really potent rushing attack in the LA Chargers. Now, this is more about the Colts, but if you want to follow along with the rest of the Colts season and actually the entire season and see how every game is played, who's going to end up being the Super Bowl MVP, the Super Bowl winner, the stat leaders, well, I got you covered. We slow some every game right here so you can follow along. There'll also be a pinned comment for this video with a playlist for all the Colts games that you can go and watch so far. So you can hit this pause on this video, go watch those 4 games, come back and finish this one. That way you're caught up with how the Colts have played so far. But for now, we can go over where they rank in the league. They are second in the league in rushing. I think they're right behind the Eagles. Jonathan Taylor, AR-15. It's the combination of attack that most Colts fans, I think, are excited to see and expect to see and have been told they will see. So this is the third year for Anthony Richardson, I believe. So let's see if we can put it all together. The defense is stopping the run very nice. As you can see, they don't throw the ball very much. They don't have to. They run the ball very, very well. And that's really what the Chargers can't do right now is stop the run. They are the worst against the run, and they are the best against the pass. So um, this is not looking good for the Chargers. They are a little soft on the inside right now. We'll look at the stats. Anthony Richardson, 1-to-1 passing to touchdown ratio. Most QBs are over 1,000 yards, but don't worry about that. He's one of the league leaders in rushing touchdowns. He's got 5.8 yards a carry, 190 yards. I mean, there's some running backs that are starting in this league that aren't even doing this. And then plus you have 66 carries from Jonathan Taylor for 269 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, 99 rushing attempts to 4 games between those two is really, really good, especially in Madden standards. Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman, they all kind of have their little moments game to game. But it's a high rushing offense for sure. Defensively, light in the sacks for sure. Got to get better there. Secondary wise, I think they're doing very well. What's that? 7 interceptions, not bad. You would like to see more, but they're just solid, man. And I'm really excited for this game and how they will do the rest of the season. We can take a look at the standings in the AFC, and as you can see, it's between right now the Jags and the Colts for the division, and actually really the top spot in all of the NFC. So, or I'm sorry, AFC. There's some teams that are probably gonna, start making moves. AFC West, all the teams are tied. You got the Bengals and Baltimore. That whole AFC North is really tough. I'm assuming the AFC East is going to flip flop a little bit. Miami, they always start off hot and then fade when the months get cold. But this is an exciting game. I can't wait to bring to you. So if you're excited about the Colts and you want to follow along to see how your Colts are going to do the rest of 2025, please subscribe. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoy.
The punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go from LA. Darius Davis to return it. And his drive will start inside the 25. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Harris once more. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game he had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Second and 3 now. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's got his man, that's Alec Pierce. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do so.
Challenges, double coverage, and it's intercepted! And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Throwing on first is Herbert. It's into the hands of Will Dissly. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. David Long getting to the spot that time.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Wanted to get that one to Mike Williams. And now they're going to face 3rd down. To throw, Herbert. Conklin brings it in. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down? A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? When you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope.
And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts pull ahead 6-3 in the first. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts take a 4-point lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He's running with it. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. David Long getting to the spot that time. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Colts are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Option give to Taylor. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts parlay the interception into points. It's an Adonai Mitchell touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts drive their lead to 11. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Oh, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. The Colts got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. They'll get 6 on the run, but still need twice that now. 3rd and 12 coming up. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. No return on that punt, and the Colts will take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Stopped by Deion Henley. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. Cut out left. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give the quarterback a chance. The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Chargers take possession. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. And now it's 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Harris. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. And they send a man in motion. On 3rd down, Herbert setting up the running back screen. They get 13 on the pickup, and it brings up an LA 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
1st and 10 from the 41. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. From the pistol, it's Herbert. He finds McConkey. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Charvarius Ward brings him down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Herbert to throw once more. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 5 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Running behind center with Harris. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. That throw finds Conklin. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. David Long getting to the spot that time. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
There's absolutely nothing he could do in that situation, Kate. Defense broke through so quickly they had him dead to rights soon after he got the ball in his hands.
Here's 2nd and 11. Completed to his running back.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts ready to take the field. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor now up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That one's complete, right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Taylor. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw, here's Richardson. That's brought in, it's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers, 3rd down coming. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the 1st. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. To throw, Richardson. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen. Play goes nowhere.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Charger offense making its way to the field. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. To throw, Herbert. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That throw finds Johnston. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Up the gut they go with Williams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers driving ahead. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Herbert from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Herbert waiting on it. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He's going to loft one deep to... He's got it deep downfield. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts grow their lead just before halftime. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts lead by 15 now. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. This return makes it up to the 25. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. First and 10, here's Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Herbert. Johnston brings it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Completed over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Herbert throwing again. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Finds McConkey. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Lad McConkey. So it's 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Herbert. Hits his running back. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. It's Herbert once more. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. Right back to the option we go. Headed left on this one. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the 38. Caught by Mitchell, middle of the field. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Here's Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He completes it in traffic. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage, or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Taylor. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Colts grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts grow the lead now to 22 points. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He's throwing deep to the left side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Harris gets it on the counter. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
They'll start this series with an option left. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, well, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. On the move, headed right. Taking off with it again. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Taylor. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. There's a pause now. Somebody hurt on that play, and this is one to keep an eye on. It's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down throw here from Richardson. He's got Pierce. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Richardson. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. They'll throw again. Richardson has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. Brushes him off with ease. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end brought the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Herbert. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. So it'll be 2nd down. Running this one off right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Chargers have it to start the 4th in a game that seems pretty far out of reach. The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Herbert from the gun. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Tarvarius Ward picks it off.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. They're going to win this game, but with touchdowns on 3 straight drives, Brock, they're probably going to want to keep that streak going. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Now this offense getting set to work here. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Stiff arm success. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. From the pistol, it's Herbert. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. They give now to Najee. Down to the 10. And he's finally taken down at the 3. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
From the red zone now. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. They don't go anywhere, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Here we go, right up the gut. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a gain of 2 and maybe a goal line stand here. It's 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either. Here's
Harris. And And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
The Colts offense set to head out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert straight ahead. And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Here comes their offense out again. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. It is caught left side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now Herbert to throw. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Pass is hauled in by the running back.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
It's Herbert once more. Gets this to McConkey. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Chargers hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Herbert to throw once more. This one's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kenny Moore with the pick. He's at midfield. The 30. The 10. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The offense getting set to go. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. Herbert back to it after the pick. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Oh, he's in trouble, and he'll go down. The Colts got him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.